Weird events recently transpired in the NFL when linebacker Jalen Smith was released and then signed by the Packers with 5 years left on his contract. And also when star cornerback Stephon Gilmore was traded for a mere 6th-round pick in 2023 by the New England Patriots. If you want to hear the reasoning behind it, then you've come to the right place. Hey YouTube, my name is Tyler, and welcome back to The Athletic Nerd. More major deal will be handled first with Stephon Gilmore. On the Panthers side, I think it's a great move. So far, they seem like they're in playoff contention and they need a cornerback depth, especially due to injuries such as J.C. Horns. Stephon Gilmore will be back from his injury problems in a few weeks, and he'll be acclimated to the team right in time for winter when he's needed most. By then, J.C. Horn will be back, and an embarrassment of riches will be upon Carolina after the recent addition of C.J. Henderson as well, which will make for great matchups against the Buccaneers in Week 16 and Week 18 with their plethora of weapons. The Panthers also tried to sign Jalen Smith, so I do applaud their front office for trying to make many in-season additions as they can. On the Patriots side, I understand it, but I'm also just disappointed. Stephon Gilmore is injured, and he's on the last year of his deal. He'll be back in a few weeks, but we never know how bad an injury can be and how it will affect a player, especially if it kept him out so far this season. He will be 32 years old after the year, and while it is unfair to expect him to have kept up his 2019 season, he did show some regression in 2020, and at a position like corner, with athleticism so necessary, it's uncertain how much longer he'll be able to keep up a high level of play. So, if all they could get was a 6th-round pick at this point in time, then that's better than nothing. But this could also signal that the Patriots aren't as set on contending this season as most people thought. And the Patriots are better than most with 6th-round picks, so who knows? My real problem here is with foresight. Stephon Gilmore has been hurt for a while, and after spending all this money during free agency, but they didn't plan on extending him, if they were having reservations about extending him for factors like age, injury, and that they knew he was going to expect such a large contract, then they should have traded him last year when the asking price was a 1st, 2nd, or even a 3rd-round pick. Maybe they would have paid him if they saw that he was completely recovered from his injury. But that's just not the case, so I am disappointed. The Patriots will still be fine at cornerback otherwise, since they do tend to spend a lot of money in draft picks at the cornerback and safety position, so they do have depth. Now moving on to Zach Ertz. I was about to release this video simply about Stephon Gilmore and Jalen Smith, but I also wanted to add in this about Zach Ertz as well. Zach Ertz was traded to the Arizona Cardinals for Tay Gowan and a 5th-round pick. For the Cardinals, I love this trade. It's actually something I predicted in my Cardinals video, which will be linked in the description and pinned in the comment section if you would like to check it out. And it's a great deal since he is on the last year of his contract and has been a solid number 2 tight end for the Eagles and could probably use a larger role anyway. And by the time he's used to the Cardinals offense and he's building chemistry with Kyler Murray, he'll be a major contributor as a safety valve in the playoffs, just as he was for Nick Foles and Carson Wentz in the years before. This only makes the Cardinals' offense more lethal, and to give up a 3rd-round pick in a day 3 selection, I think is adequate value for a half-year rental. For the Eagles, I don't exactly know how to feel. Actually, I do. It's a good trade. I understand the pedigree Zach Ertz has and everything he's done for the organization. Like I said, he was playing good this season, but also said that he was the number 2 tight end behind Dallas Goedert. And the Eagles are likely a rebuilding/retooling team, and they aren't contending this season. So they had no reason to re-sign him, which was shown in the offseason when he did want a contract extension. So it was the best. If this was the best deal that they could get, similar to Stephon Gilmore, then that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. And also they did need some depth at corner. Tay Gowan does have some potential, and a 5th-round pick just isn't too bad value. Like I said, it's a pretty fair deal. And then for Jalen Smith, it did make some sense to release him honestly. I do understand that, yes, he did have 5 years left on his contract, and that releasing him does carry some dead cap hit money for the Cowboys, and they already do have a tight cap situation, and that's why they needed to cut him. The Cowboys were developing a logjam at linebacker with Keanu Neal coming back from injury, Michael Parsons, even though he has been used as an edge rusher a lot lately, and Leighton Vander Esch and Jabril Cox. Now, he's gotten decent snaps when filling in for injury and provides good depth. It's clear that he did lose a step or so, and he has had trouble getting off blocks. He just simply lacks being an athlete at this point. His experience does help, but it's just not worth the contract he's been giving, and the Cowboys are only eating half of his salary for the next 2 seasons, which is better than overpaying him in general to be a 3rd or 4th string linebacker. And for the Packers, it's a solid move to pick him up in free agency. They don't have too much depth at linebacker, and like I said, Jalen Smith is still a decent guy. He could fill a role at this point in his career and will be useful for the contending Packers. And like I said before, it is funny how the Panthers did try to make both of the moves that we're going to be mentioned in this video, but they can only get one of the players. Jalen Smith is very comfortable with some of the people on the Packers coaching staff, so it did make sense for him to sign here. And that's a closed case. I hope you enjoyed the video. Smash the like button if you didn't already, and hit the subscribe button for more sports content in the near future. And hit any of the links in the description to buy apparel from your favorite team, and to check out the Cardinals video to see how I predicted the future somewhat. That's all. I hope you have a great day, and peace.